Move down if you lose that kind of weight. I'm not trying to be funny, I don't know.
You had that surgery. You have to go back and have you have to have another surgeon to pull that back after the fact.
I don't know, weight. What's that, 48 to 32? 16 inch? 16 inch?
He went from a pant size, 48 to a pant size.
At least more than 125 pages. She's got to have, she's done that, have that droop in the skin and she put it in her surgery. She lost all that weight, her skin started sagging. She had to have surgery.
Okay. Well, that one in there. Good to go.
Miserable feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Ready, Mayor?
Good evening. We'll call the Burlington City Council November 19th, 2013 meeting to order. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you here tonight, and hopefully you will return. Also, I'd like to ask at this time to turn off all electronic devices. I'd like to call on Councilmember Bob Ward for tonight's invocation.
Please join me in a moment of silent prayer, please. Thank you.
This time I'd like to recognize City Clerk Renee Ward to read the Code of Ethics statement. Ms. Ward.
Members of council, it's my responsibility to remind you of your duties to avoid conflicts of interest in matters that are before us. At this time, I ask if there any potential conflict concerning tonight's agenda.
Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes, November 5th, 2013 City Council meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Got a first and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Adoption of the agenda.
Move we adopt the agenda as written.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Consent agenda. These items are typically non-controversial. If anyone has any questions about the following items, please let us know. Item 1A, to adopt a resolution authorizing the Chief of Police to award service sidearms of certain deceased or retiring police officer upon request and complement, with North Carolina General Statute 20-187.2 and this resolution.
We approve the consent agenda.
I just took a break there, sorry. D, to adopt the revised sewer use ordinance to satisfy the North Carolina Division of Water Resources regulatory requirements.
Stop on me.
I did, I had something in my throat, I'm sorry.
On a roll here. So moved.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Public hearings. 2, a public hearing has been scheduled to consider amending Chapter 28, Article 2, Section 28-17 and Section 28-25 of the City of Burlington Code of Ordinances text pertaining to the Planning and Zoning Commission. This time we recognize Ms. Nelson. Welcome, Ms. Nelson.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, and good evening. At the September 16th city council work session, we reviewed this item. It is a reorganization of the Planning and Zoning Commission. We want to change the current regular members from 12 to 7. We want to use 2 alternate members for the city and 2 alternate members for the ETJ. All 7 regular members will vote on every issue that comes before them, as opposed to the way it works now. It'll be much more fair. The 2 alternate members for each side will step in if someone from the regular membership is absent or has to recuse themselves. That'll allow us to be almost 100% certain of having a quorum every time, so we won't run into problems. As I said, it'll allow the regular members, whether they're city or ETJ, to vote on all matters, whether the matters concern city or ETJ. So it's more fair that way. It's better customer service for our citizens. And we discussed the change with our commission, and the majority of the members are in favor.
Any questions for Ms. Nelson before we start the public hearing? This is a public hearing. Anyone on this side that would like to speak? Anyone on this side that would like to speak?
Make a motion that we close the public hearing. Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
I could just ask a question now. The impetus behind this is really the difficulty at different points in times where there's been a quorum not present
Yes, sir.
on an issue.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So are you having the alternates voting?
No,
Yeah, the alternates are,
they will only step in if one of the regular members is absent or recuses themselves.
and how do you determine which alternate steps into the fold?
We're going to rotate it to be fair, give everybody a chance.
They would be attending.
Like there would be, yes, they will attend all meetings. If, say, a city member were to be absent, then whoever's technically the first alternate for the city will get to serve, and then a meeting on down the road a few months later, that second person would get the opportunity to serve. So we'll rotate them through. And they're already aware of this. We've already talked to them about it.
And as a practical matter, then you still have the situation where alternates are showing up, not knowing whether or not they're going to be participating.
Right.
Or do you have communication beforehand and ask them to?
No, we're asking them to come to all meetings, and they will get all the materials for the meetings as well.
Any other questions for Ms.?
I think, excuse me, I think that's a wonderful idea, because when I was on the P&Z, you'd have ETJ items and couldn't vote on because nobody was here, so I think it's good that you're putting it down.
I've been here almost a year to the day, and that's happened, I think, at least 3 times since I've been here.
Maybe they don't like you.
It's got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. The first of those third ones was actually just before I got here, so no. It's not my fault.
I don't remember Bob Harhurst having that problem, do you?
I'm sure he did.
As a matter of fact, in all fairness, he did have that problem. I was in the middle of a lot of them. It's a real problem.
Thank
There
you.
you go. You're rescued, Ms. Nelson.
Thank you.
He bailed you out.
Any other questions?
Based on that wonderful clarification, I'd make a motion to adopt the ordinance amending the text pertaining to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Next item, 3, a public hearing's been scheduled to consider amending the City of Burlington zoning ordinance text, Section 3215, Board of Adjustments. Again, Ms. Nelson.
Thank you. This is something that's just kind of a housekeeping issue because we don't have anything to say about its changes to the Board of Adjustment. And the General Assembly has enacted some legislation this year that has made some kind of housekeeping changes. And there's nothing that's really major. I can go over it if you like, but it's pretty straightforward, and we went over it in a work session already.
Let's hit the high points if you could.
Okay. Voting, let's see. try to get the summary here. Accordingly, a supermajority is not required for the issuance of special and conditional use permits or for appeals pertaining to the administrative interpretation of the ordinance. Quasi-judicial decisions, the board shall determine contested facts and make its decision within a reasonable time. And they've got some language in there that's kind of lengthy. Hearing notices, uniform requirement for notice of hearings for quasi-judicial matters. Appeals, the Board of Adjustment shall decide appeals from the final decisions of administrative officials charged with enforcing the zoning or unified development ordinance, or hear appeals arising out of other ordinances regulating land use and development. And then variances, regarding the standard for granting variances, the previous term practical difficulties has been deleted, but the unnecessary hardship will remain. And let's see. Those are really the main points. There's quite a bit more.
Before we have a public hearing. Anyone on this side that would like to speak? Anyone on this side that would like to speak?
We'll close the public hearing.
Got a motion, second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
So what you're actually basically trying to do here is make sure that our ordinance is basically syncing with the new
The state statute. Yes, sir.
Here, okay? It's not really a matter of us having much discretion in this as much
Right,
as
it's a
just
requirement.
modifying our ordinance to
Right.
reflect the statute.
Exactly.
Along those lines, I'd move to amend our ordinance appropriately, accordingly.
This is the same information that we sort of vetted through the work session.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I will say one thing in support of it. I had some experience with it. Then when you have to re-advertise hearings and things, it can be terribly expensive. Get a quorum that can't hear matters. Plus, you have disgruntled people who come and ask for the hearing, and they simply don't understand why can't we go ahead with it? But if you don't have a quorum, there's no way you can move on it. So it's a good move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Ms. Nelson. Next item on the agenda is public comment period. Ms. Ward, please. Brings us city council comments. Any comments from council members?
Yeah, let me just, I obviously wasn't running this last election, but I was, I noted that there seemed to be a lot of question or concern about I'd see that kind of the downtown organization and their interplay with the city of Burlington. I would like to have an update from, if we could, from Ms. Morris as to the status of the downtown organization, if it, what's going on there.
Mr. Owen, can you get that arranged for maybe the second meeting in December?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other comments from council? All right. Congratulations to Councilmember Fawcett, who was appointed by Governor Pat McCrory to serve on the new board for the Rural Infrastructure Authority. Congratulations. Burlington's 67th Annual Christmas Parade is Saturday, November 23rd at 10 a.m. I'm assuming that's rain or shine?
Yes, sir, it is. We don't have, we go with what we got if it starts raining or if it is raining, because we have floats that have been contracted and a lot of people make plans, so there's not much way to postpone it.
I noticed they had 50% chance of rain on Saturday.
That's 50% chance of sunshine.
That's right. The only reason I was concerned, is it possible that you might get a little tent for Ella Wall? I don't want to get wet. Just kidding. City offices will be closed November 28th and 29th in observation of Thanksgiving. The Burlington Centennial Mural will run on Time Warner Cable Channel 5 this Thursday, November 21st at 9:30. Sunday, November 24th at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. My understanding, that was a very successful event that night, and looking forward to the replay. Upcoming holiday events, Holiday Magic, a Dickens Christmas, downtown Burlington, December 13th, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Christmas in the Park at the Burlington City Park and That-A-Ways on December 22nd, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Congratulations to all on their reelection. The annual retreat, if indeed the council would like to have that again this year, I'm looking at the dates at the end of January, the 1st of February. Retreat items, if we do indeed want to have the retreat, that by the end of December, to Ms. Ward, in reference to 3 to 4 items for that. So, anything else from the council?
Mayor, could we have some discussion regarding the retreat, maybe the second meeting in December?
Sure.
We meeting at the same place for the parade over at the
Yes, sir. Meet at the home builder shelter. We'll transport you up here.
What time is that, 9?
By 9:30, you need to be at the home builder shelter so we can get you down here.
Okay.
10 o'clock start.
All right. All right.
Mayor, I would like to say, too, the Centennial mural, I know Councilmember Fawcett was there. CeeLo and I both attended. Rachel Hawley did a phenomenal job with that, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say here and tell everybody just how wonderful that was. I think she had some trepidation as to whether or not there'd be anybody attending. She was hustling to get some attendance there, and I think it was full. It was absolutely packed, and I know you guys sold out of the DVDs that night. And I took my 2 sons with me, and it was just absolutely amazing to see their response to the history of Burlington. And if you have not seen that DVD or seen it, it's well worth taking the time to look at that. That was a super job.
I think Dr. Noble, personnel director, and Rachel, executive producers, so they'll be in Hollywood in the next month or 2 weeks. Next film.
Any other comments from council?
Mayor, if I could, Mr. Laws has been very nice to you. It's really the mayor's responsibility to take care of the weather for the Christmas parade. Between Mr. Laws and I, it's been about 40 years, and we don't remember rain but a couple of times, so I'm not putting any pressure on you, but I'm just letting you know that.
It's like Councilmember Butler says, 50% chance of sunshine. So we're good to go. All right, we look forward to it. Any other comments? Not, we entertain a motion to adjourn.